Hey y'all, today I'm going to be talking about my X-Acto knife. This is a little bit fatter X-Acto knife than a lot of the other ones. Yeah, a lot of them are like thinner, like a pen. Well, this one's a little bit fatter, but still the problem is if you have arthritis in your hands, these tools are still hard to work with. So today I'm going to wrap leather around this handle and I'm going to make it fatter and cushiony and not just slippery. It'll be easier to grip with arthritic hands. So the first thing I'm going to do is remove my blade. And I'm going to take a leather thong. This is what I'll be weaving with. This is 3/8 wide and about 2-ounce leather. It's a garment leather with a rubber band. Just a little rubber band like for your hair. And I'm going to hold the end on nice and tight with that, and it'll make life a whole lot easier. So what I'm going to do is start spiraling down this handle. And I want to leave a gap about the same width as one of these thongs. These thongs are 3/8 inches wide. So I'm just going to spiral down this handle, keep spiraling down, stay in the same width apart as the thong is. See, because I'm going to go through here again. This is going to be my first pass, even though, I'm spiraling down. In weaving terms, this will be my first pass. And you just keep spiraling down. Sorry I didn't go live today with this show. Had too many interruptions. Got a lot of business going on today, so I thought I'd just record it and put it up there after that. So now I'm down to the end. See? So what I'm going to do is turn it around and start spiraling the other way. Now every time I cross over the top of the thong, it'll make a crisscross, and I want to have these crisscrosses all down a straight line on this side and the back side. So we're going to spiral down, keeping them all nice and straight. Here, if I do this, it'll be easier to see in the camera. We want to keep all those crisscrosses in the same row, nice straight row of crisscrosses. I have a lot of work coming up and I needed to fix this because I've got arthritis in my hands and I'm going to be running a class. I'm going to be teaching some vets how to work with leather, and I'm going to need this tool a lot. So I know anyone with arthritis is really going to appreciate this. Now what I'm going to do, I've reached the top. Now I'm going to go over the top of this this will be the standing thong, this end here. I'm going to go over the top of that standing thong and I'm going to hold it in place on top of the crisscross and start going back down through where I had that gap. Now I can hold it on with a rubber band. Just take the end of the rubber band and slip it over the top of it, just to hold it in place. I really shouldn't have to because I'm pulling tight, so it's on there tight. It's really not going to go anywhere. But you just keep spiraling down. We're just going to keep spiraling down through the open area. I think by now you can kind of see what we're going to do. Now this is the third pass. We're going to go through here one more time. It'll be our last pass, and that's going to interlock the weave. Get up in the camera here. Okay. All right, I'm just going to put a rubber band here. Just to hold that on so I can put my piece down. And I'm going to get a braiding needle now. What I'm going to do is put this braiding needle. It's got a couple of teeth in there. I don't think I'll be able to focus good enough to... I'll have to take a picture of it and put it in here. All right. And then I take and I just give it a little tiny pinch. I don't want to pinch too hard and bend those teeth. So then I'm going to cut this tapered. So I don't have that big bulk on that one side to pull through when I'm weaving. So I'm just going to cut this on a taper. All right. So it's nice and tapered. That'll make it easy for the weaving. And I'm going to take my rubber band off. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is just a basic basket weave. And I want to start opposite to the one of the right. So if you see on here, this thong goes over, you'll want to go under right here. If you can see that good enough. I'll try and get a close-up. My needle is going in the direction that I'm going to start. See, there's a loop. This is a loop in there. And I'm going to pull my thong right through that loop. Sometimes the thong slips off the braiding needle and I got to put it back on. That happens. And you just kind of straighten it out, put it in place real good. And I think I'm going to go get the scratch awl because it's something I always use. Okay. Now you can see I'm going to start going down. And you see, oh, I don't have the greatest light. Maybe this will help. Alrighty. You see it goes over here and it's over on this side. So I'm going to come down underneath this one. See, because this here swoops under, I'll go on top of that one. And I'm going to go in right here with my needle. I'll put my needle in place so you can get a better idea. There we go. Okay, I have brought in my scratch awl to try and help the situation here. Now, you see that this one here is over. And this one here is over. So we will go under this space right here. And then we're going to go over the top of this one and under this one in here as we spiral our way down. Get these just right. And my thong flipped over, which is okay. You just turn it straight, put your finger on it, pull it through, and the twist should go underneath There it goes. Sometimes it helps to get your scratch all in there and lay it flat. Get the folds out. It's hard to see black on black in the camera. And then you just pull tight. Here you go. And if there's a little fold in there, just go in there with your scratch awl, get the folds out. Pull it tight. Everything you do in weaving leather has to be tight. So now, what we're going to do, try and see where my best light is. I don't have a best light. But there is a path in here, see? So we're going to kind of pull that up, loosen it up in there. This whole weave is going to be pulled tighter as I weave through it. All right, there'll be a little fold again because this is a soft leather. I want a nice squishy feeling handle on my knife so my hands don't get so much fatigued when I'm doing a lot of cutting work. So then there's my space to go through again. So you see what I'm getting here? You can see the weave started. See? All right, so I'm going to go in here. You know, you make riding crops like this. You can do a lot of different types of appliques with this weave. And then we just pull it through again. Get in the camera. Keep going out of the camera and get your, there's a little fold in the leather. We just want to get those folds out. So every time I go through and weave under, I'm probably going to pick up my poker and straighten everything out as I go along. Just because this is a soft leather. Now I'm going to pull that loop out again. That's down here. Make it kind of loose to braid through there. I might have to braid all my handles because these are so nice for people with arthritis. I work with a lot of older vets and stuff in my leather shop, and they appreciate it when your tools are easy on the hands. A lot of them just have bad hands. Arthritis happens. Now I'm going to go through and pull that loop out down here. I'm about halfway done. If it's hard for you to pull through, I'm just going to cut this taper there. If it's hard for you to pull through with your fingers, because this does get tight, take your needle nose pliers and just pull that needle through. Yeah, that's all you do. Now I'm going to pull my next loop out. Remember, we want to try and keep the pattern nice and straight. It just looks more professional when you keep everything straight. You might not be straight the first time you do this. It takes some practice. And there's another little fold. The folds that I'm pulling out are very hard to see in this light. But yeah, it just needs to be straightened out a little bit. Don't jam the poker into your skin. It hurts very bad. All right. Now we're going to pull our next loop out. And we're going to get that little fold out of there. I'm almost done with this weave. All right. So you kind of get the idea of what I'm doing here then. I hope you do. Now I'm going to pull my loop out. Try and get some light. I really need to set up some lighting. You know, I'm going to need a lot of equipment yet to do these classes online. And if you want to help contribute, I have a PayPal account. The money in my PayPal account goes towards equipment. I'm going to need cameras, lighting. So we've got two more unders to do, and then we're going to finish off this weave. This one's really folded over, that big bump. So we can just lay that leather out flat. Get the scratch all underneath it. Straighten everything out. It's getting pretty tight. See? All right. Now, I am going under my standing thong. See, if you just turn it, you can see the standing thong right here. Right now, if I pull too hard, I can pull that right out. So we're going to just gently straighten it out and weave under there. And my leather's going to fold under again. It's getting worn from the weaving. You can see how it's fraying. You'll usually see that when you use garment leather. So what I do sometimes, if it gets too bad, I put a dressing of Picards on the weave and what's left here that I'm working with. All right, now what we're going to do is take those rubber bands off that we started with. And I've got my standing. I'm going to pull that standing thong tight. And I'm going to go follow right on top of that standing thong. Now hold it down with my finger like this so I don't pull it back in. Or, yeah, pull it back. Because if it pulls back under that loop, it's going to be very hard to get back. There. Now I'm going to straighten out my thongs again because they kind of get mushed and folded. This is a soft leather, soft garment leather. Here. And I'm going to straighten this loop. And I think I'll go underneath another one. Just kind of lock it in there nice and tight. Pull it down tight. Pull the standing song tight. And we're done. We're going to snip it off flush. There. Now we're going to cut the standing thong off flush. Now one last thing we can do is roll it. Roll it on the table. Roll it between your hands. I'm just going to put it on the desk here and roll it out. And there you have it. A nice weave on an X-Acto handle. We can still turn this and get our blades in and out. There we go. Now this feels a lot better in the hand. This is going to give me a lot better precision work. It's not going to fatigue my fingers so much to work with this knife. So there you go. Thought I'd just show you guys that little trick. You can do silverware with this. You can do your crochet needles. Your crochet needles, though, you're going to have to use a little bit narrower thread, probably some thread. But you can use the same basic weaving. I went through 4 times. I spiraled it down, and then I spiraled it back the other way, making sure my crisscrosses were all the same on each side. And then I went back down through the 3rd time, going through the gaps, and the 4th time was the under, over. So you can go through this 8 times, 12 times, you know, and you can even double up and go under 2, over 2 for herringbone effect. So that's it. There you go. That's how to make your tools a little bit finger friendly, cushiony, good grip. I like this.